I did want to touch on this, D-Mac, and I think it's relevant. Lions are playing the Chiefs on Saturday at 4 o'clock. And, D-Mac, Dan Campbell probably most likely to rest the starters in Game 2, and I'm cool with it. To be real, D-Mac, this is something like this whole preseason, rest starters, play starters, this is something I think that we, and I say we, I just say like the fans, because that's what I am. I'm just a fan that's, kind of leading the conversation about everything. But I think it's something that we get way too overhyped about. And if you do, cool. Like, if that's your thing, cool, because you're living and dying, because the stakes have changed.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, through all this, the stakes have changed. It is Super Bowl or bust. The window is open. The shop is open for business. So whatever it takes to get to that, that's what we're about. But you don't have a problem with that, do you? And I guess
no, not at all, because obviously, what do we talk about usually every day is injuries. Who's on the injury list, and that's the thing that I don't want anybody to get injured. If people I get excited. I wanted to see the ball in the air and the snaps and stuff like this. But what are you going to take away from, some guys that you haven't seen? Like Bats the other day. It was good to see him out there a lot of times and stuff like this. Who are the role players? But no, I think that when you are, and especially when you're a Super Bowl loading team, it's up to you. I trust what their decisions, and even if they did play him. Right, for a quarter, that would say that they needed the reps. So
bingo.
So it's trust who's in charge. They have responsible, capable adults in that building, whether they're players or management. So they're all on the same page. And to me, the only thing it's all about injuries. Now I want to see guys who have been injured. That's what it is. Why do you want to tune in? Because guys who have been injured in the past or in the past season, or guys that you've heard the hype that need the reps or whatever else,
Rookies.
or the James Houston. Love to see him in this package. Love to have a conversation next week. Man, did you see him rip that side? Man, it was like Neil said. Yeah. Neil said, see, you hadn't lost to KG, but, in all fairness, I needed to see it again. Okay, now I see how they're going to. That's what we want to see. Just like I said last week, I got to know if Goff goes down, do we have a serviceable guy?
Yeah.
I'm still questionable on that. So I think that, and a lot of times it's not rocket science. If we notice it, the organization has noticed it.
Yeah.
At least because it's what did I start with? Capable adults.
There you go.
So yes, there's things still to be seen if you want to look into it, or if you don't. Right? Now's not the time. It's not like this is it. Now, if you hear that somebody's going to be playing, like Kenny, I as I'm talking and I'm thinking, I got to see Donovan Peoples-Jones make a couple catches.
There you go.
No matter who it's from.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so
I don't hate
there's
that
things
take.
I need. There's things that if I do turn it on, I'm looking for.
Absolutely.
So there's like, but it's mini storylines. It's just, it's almost like not to say that not valuable and to like use a term Sam Plano probably uses, extras. Right, it's for the extras, the guys that don't matter.
Right. Woodward Sports Chat Thread. Jump in there, get your thoughts out there. Steve DeYoung, best of luck to you, Tyler. Jay Cruzen, go get it, Tyler. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. Stay tuned to E&E from 2 to 4 for Tyler's The Decision. He's going to break the news on.
Is he going to be as hated as LeBron was after that?
He's going to have the hats up there on the table.
They're going to be burning
like
golf
that.
shirts after he's done.
Yeah. Who farted? I love golf too. I just suck at it. Even when I'm sucking at it, I like being outside. Yeah.
It's a relaxing game.
And have the music playing and all that kind of stuff, man. That's what I like. One funky Lions fans. Kansas City doesn't do joint practices. That's why they still use starters. And D-Mac, here's where I land the plane on all this for me. And this will not change. And you guys can record this and you can clip it and you can play it next August when we're doing the show and the following August and all that stuff. Jared Goff's been in this game a long time. Jared Goff's been at high levels of this game. Jared Goff's been one of the best performing quarterbacks in this league over the last couple seasons since he's gotten here to Detroit. That is fact, not opinion. I don't give a shit what you say. That's fact. Jared Goff knows what he needs to be ready. And if Jared Goff needs reps to be ready, guess what he's going to do? And you mark me on this, D-Mac. You've been in the room. Dan, I want a series. I want 2 series. I want no series. And guess what Dan Campbell's going to do?
Yeah, but here's a conversation. Before that, I'm Dan Campbell. Jared,
What do you need?
Dan, I'm good. Dan, I want the first series. Let me do first quarter. I need to work this in. What are we doing? Because the conversation, why? Because boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm not comfortable with this red zone.
Yeah.
And I want to see it.
This
live.
wasn't working in practice.
Yeah.
I want to spin this in a game. And D-Mac, I think that we put too much on Dan Campbell with this about, quote, resting starters. Because if Penei Sewell goes to Dan Campbell and says, I need 2 series.
Oh, it's conversation.
Yeah.
It's conversation.
Do we overdo that?
But here's the thing. If Jared Goff says, this is how it goes. If Jared Goff says to Dan Campbell, I need a series, Penei Sewell, Taylor Decker, Frank Ragnow are going, okay, I guess, boys, buckle up.
Fire up the engines.
Fire up the engines. We're going a series. They're not letting their guy go. Yeah. I wouldn't expect you're going to let it back up and somebody take a shot. No.
That's a great
it's
point.
like it's more of, and because you have leadership, true leadership.
Exactly.
In your players on this team that when you do, there can be that conversation.
And it's continuity. We have the pleasure.
Continuity.
We have the pleasure of having the same offensive coordinator for the past 3 years, the same defensive coordinator for the past 3 years. We're not working any new systems. The ones are the ones. We all know everybody's role is established already. Everybody knows where they need to be, what they need to do, and they've done it at the highest levels. Like, we've had a top 3 offense for the past 3 years now.
It's the defense.
And yes, the
it's
defense
the
has a lot to work out.
Defensive starters more that I would be looking to see play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't need to see Hutch or whatever, but we saw Reader. We saw,
Arnold.
If they want to get in there,
starter.
like he's probably saying, boss, I need, dude, I need some time.
Yeah.
I need to play. I need to get it against me. So it's different positions, different guys coming from, but the communication's there. That's the number one thing. They're all on the same page.
Galloping Lake 6, our offense did look rusty in that first game against Kansas City last year. Well, I would say Kansas City's offense must have looked pretty rusty then also, right?
Yeah, no, I mean.
And Mahomes played in the preseason.
Don't you expect that?
That's why this has become my talking point on preseason playing time. They know, they make the money, they can go to the coach and say, this is what I need.
Yeah.
And I'm not in the room. I don't know that for a fact or anything like that. But they have that autonomy. They have that authority. And I saw somebody in the chat say, DNC said, didn't Goff ask to play last preseason and was told no? If he wanted to play, he would have been out there.
Yeah.
Right? Do you agree? As a man that played preseason games in professional sports.
If they do it, if you wanted to, absolutely.
He'd be out there.
Yeah, for the most part.
It is.
I don't mean to sort of, but is it? Did Hassan Reddick get traded to the Bears?
Did he really?
Oh.
Well,
I didn't see it.
No.
Yeah,
I saw that was a troll.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say I definitely didn't see that.
Hey, on the morning show, did you guys talk about Matt Judon?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
What was the consensus on that?
I mean, it is what it is. We're not.
People always get bitter when they see third-round pick.
I know, but we're not pressed to make a move. If the Lions feel they need to make a move, they will make a move. They have the capital to do so. But, yeah, there's no need. If they didn't want to risk a third-round pick, then
because that was Spenny's line. Remember, I pinned Spenny in the corner.
Yeah. And
he said, a fourth is it. Anything higher than that, I'm out.
That's true.
And he's king of the transaction.
But we're not going to be able to get everyone that pops up, on the market. You're not just going to be able
we're
to
not?
take
I was told we are.
Well, that's Lions fandom, though. That's just us as a fan base.
I didn't get to give my thoughts this morning. I personally would have liked to see us give a third round for him. I understand that it might have not been necessarily the best move because later in the season they could do the same thing and get the conditional. So I don't whoever we bring in ends up leaving in free agency. So I would really I'm just going to trust Pat Holmes, stay patient, and hope that we make a move later in the season.
That's all you can do.
He's got all the cap space, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's going to do something.
You would have had to sign him, and then that's one less pick for Brad Holmes in next year's draft. And I think he already traded most of the fourth-round picks that they had. So, if not,
anybody here not think that they don't have a plan of some sort with specific names on it, or
I think the plan's Khalil Mack. What?
Oh, whoa!
What?
But no, I don't care what the plan. Do you think that there's a plan? That's all I asked.
Yeah. Still trade deadline. There's a lot
That's
of
what I'm
season
saying,
to go.
dude. All I'm asking, do you think?
Yeah. Camp's not
do
even
the
over
Detroit Lions management have a plan?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, the Lions do not have a pick in the 3rd round or the 4th round.
Yeah. So they're already
They didn't have
strapped.
it to give.
Yeah, they're already strapped.
So there was nothing they could do.
And are you risking a 2nd rounder for a rental?
But next year, the Lions have a 1st round, a 2nd round, a 5th round, a 6th round, and 3 7th rounders.
We need a Rip It sponsorship.
So
so yeah, that's where that sits.
they're not coming out of that 2nd round pick unless there's something they know for a fact will benefit this team.
Detroit supremacy. It's not about the pick. It's about the contract. He wants a new deal. No, exactly.
That too. That's a part of it.
Like that's 100% supremacy. That's the reasoning. That was the thing with the Chase Young deal last year. Remember when people around here were losing their mind about, Chase Young only got a 3rd. Look at the money. Look at the money he got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of the cost of acquisition. It's not just the draft. Yeah, the draft pick. If it was draft pick and he's here, then obviously you're going to do the deal.
Wasn't it Tremaine Edmonds too, the linebacker that went to the Bears, the right one from the Bills that Spenny loves so much? But was that a trade and then they had to pay?
No,
him?
they got him in free agency,
But
and,
they paid him.
And
it was
like Firefest signing Major Lazer, grossly overpaid.
Like 18, right?
Yeah.
Even where it's like
even Spenny, who's a simp, was like, nah, bro. Like,
no,
I'm
like
not
that's
even.
what you couldn't. So even in that, but I just think like as far as the plan, because you look at what they have, and they have to for whatever the window is. I think that's saved for a player.
Yeah.
And you're not spending for that player, whether it is putting something together for a trade or money or whatever it is. Yeah. We're not done.
This is a right place, right time type of deal. Like they're not, like I said, they're not pressed to make a move. We're talking about adding to an already damn near complete roster. So it is
right.
It's
what
just about being selective.
What has Neil always said? Right? The football changes quick if you do it right, and there's a 3-year window. Really, like on average for it, we're right there.
It's open.
If this is like this might be 1 or this might be 2, right? But this is
I believe it's 1, but
I believe it's 1 too.
Like last year's flight landed early. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. You got and you got early check-in.
100%.
Oh my God!
Like it was a dream sequence.
Checked in by like 9 o'clock.
Like the flight landed early. The gate wasn't even ready. You had to sit there. You had to sit there out on the tarmac waiting for the jet bridge. For them.
No.
to get someone in there
It was
to bring the jet
smooth.
bridge.
It happened so quick.
Yeah.
Everything just flowed.
Yeah.
We checked in early.
So yeah, that's it. DNC ENT alert! Breaking news: Joe Harris has announced his retirement from the NBA. He followed that up with a good effing riddance.
It's a damn shame.
It's a long career.
OG Wan Kenobi, I thought preseason was useless, Neil. No, it is. It's useless. It's useless in the grand scheme of things. It's useless because it's not being utilized properly. It's useless because if the owners were smart, instead of getting – because they charge you for it, the season ticket holders.
That's all it is.
They charge you full freight.
It's a cash grab.
So it is a straight-up cash grab. My contention is, imagine the cash grab you could get if you flipped those 3 preseason games to 2 regular season games.
Which is the
Even
future.
if you had to chip off more to the players, you could, and you would still stand again. Look at these TV deals that are getting signed, man. You guys are making up TV packages.
I promise you, within the next 10 years, that'll happen.
The Netflix Christmas Day package was a TV package. You made that up, NFL. You made that up on the fly. All right, we come back. It is top 5 list time.
Matt Milano did just get hurt for the Bills.
You hate to see it.
You really do. Downfall of the Bills.